Welcome to the mayhem, my fellow Cannabians. I am Weeder McGrowin, and this is 420 News, brought to you exclusively on US Weed Channel and USWC Rocks Radio. You won't believe our top stories tonight. Straight out of Michigan, folks. A prominent cannabis retailer is closing 5 dispensaries because of what they're calling an unbudgeable tax burden. Yes, you heard it right. Taxes are high enough to harsh anyone's mellow, and now they're bud-sledding their operations. The retailer says these tax changes made it all too taxing to stay open. Now, with the shuttering of stores, it's clear their business has gone up in smoke. Cynically speaking, in a state that gives more tickets for rolling stops than rolling joints, one has to wonder, will those tax dollars help solve actual problems, or just create new accounts on Paper Trail Avenue? Stay tuned as USWC monitors how the chips might fall in the Great Lakes state. The land of 10,000 lakes and now seemingly 10,000 budding cannabis entrepreneurs. Minnesota cannabis businesses are grappling with a serious case of growing pains. A bit like teenagers, but with fewer pimples and more paperwork. Entrepreneurs in the Twin Cities are discovering that going green isn't just about lush profits. It's also about navigating the tangled jungle of regulations, while dodging those pesky tax codes that could make anyone feel uptight. It's like they've got all the buzz, but someone forgot to give them a manual. If only there were more how-to guides or maybe a cannabis for dummies. Just a thought, eh? Meanwhile, local lawmakers continue to fine-tune the rules, leading to a biz that's half hopscotch, half tightrope walk. Remember, folks, keep calm and roll on, because let's face it, in this industry, sometimes the grass is just greener on the other side of bureaucracy. Well, today we've got quite the juicy legal nugget. The owner of a Maine medical cannabis chain is taking the city of Ellsworth to court over license denials. Yes, you heard it correctly. It's a high-stakes courtroom drama, literally. Apparently, Ellsworth is keeping their weeds in a row by denying cannabis licenses like they're handing out traffic tickets at a Tupperware party. The chain's owner, fed up with the bureaucratic buzzkill, has decided to settle this in court. You know what they say? When life gives you lemons, lawyer up and make ganja aid. Perhaps Ellsworth is just worried about its potential new reputation. One can only wonder if they're trying to keep things as painfully dull as a decaf coffee shop. But fear not, America. If justice is served, Ellsworth might soon discover that grass is indeed greener on the legal side of things. Otherwise, they'll continue playing a not-so-fun game of bong and disorderly. Stay tuned as we watch the courtroom's smokier side unfold, brought to you by the joys and perils of regulation. Oh, Virginia, what fickle fate doth befall thee? Hemp businesses are in court asking a federal judge to block the state's brand new THC cap. It seems Virginia wants to put a lid on all that cannabinoid comedic relief by limiting THC levels more tightly than a pair of skinny jeans at a buffet. But the hemp industry is calling foul, claiming the cap is high-stakes meddling that might nip potential profits right in the bud. Cynics might say Virginia's government would rather play judge on the Bush League than succeed in the plant's real glory. Stay tuned as we watch this legal blaze unfold. Virginia is in a bit of a sticky situation, Cannabians. According to the Roanoke Times, hemp users and companies are irate over the state's cannabis laws, claiming they're being denied access to essential products. It's like promising a buffet and only serving celery sticks. The savvy business folks say these laws are as frustrating as trying to roll a joint in a hurricane. While trying to provide for their customers, they're hitting more walls than a Roomba in a maze. Yet again, regulations seem about as useful as a parachute for a fish. When will lawmakers learn that restrictive access simply sends consumers on an inconvenient road trip to friendlier pastures? Washington, D.C. is in a bit of a tizzy as MMJ, the cannabis company determined to prove there's more than just smoke in the air, challenges the no-product cannabinoid narrative. Even Dr. Oz has joined the fray, endorsing some rather unproven CMS hemp products. Now, it seems our dear Dr. Oz has gone from fixing your heart to maybe giving it a little hempy boost, without a lot of evidence to back it up. Talk about a medicine show, eh? Of course, our government's stance on cannabis often follows the head in the clouds method. Honestly, more foresight can be found in an empty room. MMJ's move is a cheeky poke at Washington's reluctance to acknowledge cannabis as anything other than controversial foliage. So, as Dr. Oz pitches the untested wonders of CMS hemp, it's clear the cannabinoid conundrum continues. Let's hope the next study isn't just another puff in passing. Stay tuned as we follow this one, and remember, misinformation isn't the only thing that gets you high. In a momentous move more groundbreaking than your first hydroponic setup, Ghana's Narcotics Control Commission, catchily known as NACOC, has issued its first medicinal cannabis licenses. 2 companies are now legally able to cultivate what we've all been saying is practically medicine for years. This comes amidst a growing recognition that cannabis might just be the king of low-hanging fruit in the pharmaceutical world. But let's be real, sometimes it seems like these licenses come with more strings than a marionette show. As Ghana joins the green revolution, we can only hope these corporations plant their flag and their seeds with integrity. Keep an eye on usweedchannel.com for the latest and greatest in cannabis news. Gather round, my leafy comrades. The Franklin Council's latest agenda is reading like a Netflix drama. We're talking flock cameras, short-term rentals, cannabis, and the curious case of Catalpa Park. No, it's not the latest true crime series, though the suspense might kill you. Now, flock cameras may sound like a Hitchcock sequel, but they capture more than just birds, keeping an eye on things in the neighborhood. Meanwhile, short-term rentals might finally get the regulation facelift they deserve, because surely Karen from Idaho needs another reason to complain. Cannabis is on the menu too, making it one high-spirited council meeting. If you ask me, regulatory discussions can use a bit more of that green goodness. And Catalpa Park? It's the spot everyone's squabbling over like it's the last avocado at Whole Foods. Is it civic responsibility, or just a terrific way to procrastinate from real problems? Only time will tell, folks. Until then, stay seated and medicated. In a move that surely tickled the fancy of hemp enthusiasts nationwide, the Senate has voted to delay the ban on intoxicating hemp THC products, ensuring Delta-8 THC remains on our shelves a bit longer. It's like getting an extension on a deadline, but with more giggles and snack breaks. But let's not be too euphoric. Many claim the lingering confusion over hemp laws is growing faster than, well, the plants themselves. Until lawmakers can see through the haze of regulation, it seems we'll continue dancing in this legal fog. For now, Delta-8 siblings everywhere can rejoice. Or at least until someone realizes they missed their morning coffee. Keep an eye on USWC, where we'll keep you updated faster than a greased nugget. Vermont's hemp vendors are facing some brand new rules, courtesy of our friends at the Legislative Tea Party, or as I like to call it, bureaucracy's favorite pastime. The state's new regulations are outlined in the Valley News, aiming to spruce up the hemp industry like a greenhouse facelift. Now, vendors must jump through a few more hoops than a circus-trained rabbit to stay in the game. The rules are intended to bring clarity, safety, and perhaps just a pinch of frustration to the marketplace. It's all about ensuring the hemp is as wholesome as a Green Mountain sunrise. However, some critics argue that these rules might just be the sticky point in the state's burgeoning hemp scene. Imagine navigating paperwork thicker than a dense indica fog. Call it governmental overreach or just a high-maintenance relationship with regulation. One has to wonder if their mission is to regulate or procrastinate. Smoke 'em if you've got 'em, but just make sure your papers are in order. It's a hempy kind of headache only Vermont could brew. Those are your updates today, my puffers and puffettes. Try not to get caught up in the madness. Stay grounded and lifted and be good humans. Remember to support all things US. Weed Channel as we create a voice for cannabians worldwide. Like, love, share, and definitely get the app. This is McGrowin with 420 News on US Weed Channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow.